This week, I'm going to lead you through another morning movement practice. We are going to do a little bit stretching, but more than that, we're going to get the whole body and the breath moving to energize the beginning of our day. Let's get started. For this week's practice, you don't necessarily need any props. We're going to do mostly standing up poses, but we are going to start from child's pose. So if you know that your child's pose needs a bolster or some blocks, then get them in before we get started. And then, when you are ready, come onto your mat and find your child's pose. You could have your legs wider apart, or you could bring your knees, your feet closer together. And then just lean into your child's pose. You could have arms overhead, or maybe bring your hands under the head. And just take a moment for the breath here. Notice how your joints feel, how your knees are feeling this morning, how your hips are feeling. Notice anything and everything going on in your lower back, maybe in your shoulders. And let a few breaths slide down and up along the spine. Let yourself find some space for your breaths now in the morning. Allow shoulders to soften. Allow your neck to soften. And be kind to yourself as we go through the practice. It's very normal that we might feel stiff, a bit achy in the morning. So as we move through this gentle morning flow, be kind to your body and listen to your body. If something hurts, if something is too much for this morning, then let yourself find an easier way through that pose or movement. We'll take another breath or two in and out. And then when you feel ready, slowly bring yourself up onto all fours, onto hands and knees. And you could bring your hands a bit wider than your shoulder width apart. You could bring your knees a bit wider than hip width apart. And we're going to go into our disco cat movement. So now start to circle your back, your chest. So you're kind of leaning a bit out to the side, then rounding the back, leaning to the opposite side, then opening the chest. Allow your neck, your head to follow those circles. And see if you could invite some movement down in the hips as well. It might mean that you want to adjust where the hands are, so you can keep your hands mobile. And now from an easy place, change the direction of those circles. Maybe you start to also lean a bit forward and back from hands to knees, from knees to hands. So inviting your disco cat to find some creative movements. Allow your disco cat to dance now in the morning. Just inviting movement to where you feel it's needed. Or maybe this is the part when you are still exploring what areas of your body need movement this morning. Let's do another round, another circle through that disco cat. And then allow those movements to calm down. Bring yourself to center, what feels like center to you now. Maybe step hands tiny bit further forward. tuck the toes under, and then lift your pelvis up into a downward facing dog. And here you could take this dog for a little walk. You could either just pedal the feet, or you could start to walk forward and back on your mat, allowing your hands, your shoulders, your feet, your hips to move. You might peek from under the armpits. Take another couple of breaths, another couple of movements with your dog. And then with your next couple of breaths, step your left foot forward to your hands into a high lunge. So left knee bent, right leg could be extended as we lift our back up and lift arms up to open the chest. And then you might bend your right knee to sink the weight in the center. Another in-breath to open the chest. And exhale, round your spine and reach arms next to your sides behind you. Inhale, lift the back up, open the chest, a small back bend. Same again, exhale, rounding the back, hip coming down towards the left knee. And inhale, lift the back up, open the chest. One more round, allowing your whole back, your neck, your head to move. With the in-breath, lifting the back, the arms up, opening the chest. And then as you exhale once more, round the back. This time as you lift up, windmill the arms so your right arm lifts up, left arm stays down, and turn towards the long side of the mat into an open horse pose. You could rock a bit from side to side, finding a place for your feet where the hips are rotated open, feet are rotated open, and you have space to move. From here, as you inhale, extend the leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, push hands out to the sides. Same again, inhaling up. Exhale, bend the elbows, push hands out to the sides. Two more times, inhaling up, exhaling out to the sides. Once more, inhaling up, exhaling out to the sides. Then as you inhale, reach the arms up, and now turn towards the right foot into that high lunge. And lift the back, lift the arms up. We're going to exhale, round the back. Bring head down, arms swing behind you. And inhale, lift the back up. Open the chest and small back bend here. Same again, exhaling, round the back. Reach arms behind you. And inhaling up, opening the chest. One full round, exhaling down, arms swing behind you, and inhaling up. And then one more time, round your back. And then when you lift yourself up, just a left arm lifting up, windmill yourself open to the long side of the mat, back in that open horse. Again, you can adjust your feet. And we'll do those same movements and breaths. So now as you inhale, lift yourself up, reach arms up, exhale, bend the knees, push hands out to the sides. Inhale, lifting up, exhaling, bend the knees, push hands out to the sides. Two more times, inhaling up, exhaling out to the sides. Keep your chest open. One more time, inhaling up, exhale, bend the knees, push hands out to the sides. Now as you inhale, lift yourself up, turn toes to the long side of the mat, and exhale, fold down, full forward bend. You could bring your hands or maybe just fingertips onto the mat. Allow your head to drop down. Take a couple of breaths here in and out. If you want, you might gently rock from side to side. Or you might just stay in the center. And then with your next couple of breaths, bend the knees quite deeply. And as you inhale, roll the back up. Reach arms up. Exhale, bring palms together. Release the hands down. Now heel toe your feet closer together. And we're going to add a tree balancing pose here. Let's stand on the right foot first. And you decide if you lift your left foot onto the inner ankle, maybe toes on the mat, or lift your foot just below the knee, or you might bring your left foot all the way up onto the inner thigh. Focus your eyes onto something that's not moving. Lightly press your palms together. Now you can either stay here, or as you inhale, lengthen arms up along that center line. Exhale, open arms sideways down. Bring palms back together. Inhale, lengthening up along that center line. And exhaling sideways down. We could do 2 more circles, or you can pause the circles. Inhalation, lengthening up through the spine as well. Exhaling down. 1 more round with the in-breath, lengthening up. And exhale, release the arms down. Slide your left foot down. Come back to center. You can bring hands onto your lower belly. Take a couple of slightly deeper breaths in and out. And then slowly shift the weight onto your left foot. We'll go on to the other side. So now rotate your right hip open, and you decide if you want to leave the toes close to the mat, or lift the foot just below the knee, or maybe even lift your foot up onto the inner thigh. Where can you find your tree pose? You can bring palms together in front of the chest. And from there, you choose if you want to move. Inhale, lengthen arms up. And exhale, open the arms sideways down. You bring palms together. Inhale, lengthening up. And exhale, open the arms sideways down. If you want, you can do 2 more rounds. With the in-breath, lengthening up. With the exhalation, opening sideways down. And you could do 1 more round if you want. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. And then you can release your both feet onto the mat. And bring hands again onto your belly. And take a couple of breaths in and out. And we're going to close our practice with 4 rounds of the 6-part Daoist breath. So have your feet roughly hip-width apart in a place where you feel you don't need to balance. Inhale, lengthen arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, push hands out to the sides. Inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, push hands in front of you. You can round your upper spine. Inhale, pull the arms in. Exhale, press hands towards the mat. Full forward bend. From the beginning, inhale, lifting up, open the chest. Exhale, out to the sides. Inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, push in front of you, away from the chest. Inhale, pull arms in. Exhale, down towards the mat. Knees can be bent or straight. 2 more rounds. Start with the in-breath, lengthening up. Exhaling out to the sides. You decide how much force you use. As you inhale, pull the arms in. Exhale, push in front of you. Inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, down towards the mat. Try to soften the neck, heavy head dropping down. 1 more round. Just follow your own breath. 1 breath per 1 movement. Let the body and breath flow together. Once more, pulling in. Exhale down towards the mat, that full forward bend. Now pause here for a few breaths. You could hold your elbows, just hang upside down. Take a deep breath in and out. And then, if you're holding your elbows, release the arms. You could bend the knees. Inhale, just roll the back up. If you want, you could once more lengthen arms up and bring palms together in front of the chest. Take a few breaths here in and out. We're going to close the practice slowly here. First, give yourself a moment to notice, to feel your breath. If you want, you could bring one hand onto your chest, other hand down to the belly. Let the weight sink down towards the feet. Let yourself find ease in the breath. And then, when you are ready to close the practice, you could once more bring palms together and thank yourself for taking some time to start your day with movement, to look after yourself, and for being kind to yourself. I thank you very much for joining in. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining in. Now, please let me know how your day went after the practice. Did you feel that you were just a bit kinder to yourself later on during the day as well? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. There will be a new yoga video every week. Thank you for joining in, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.